Shalom, my good black Israelite brothers and sisters. How y'all doing today? Before we start this video off, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to our Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. So today, I want to talk about our youth, all our children, the generation that is, coming after us. I see a lot of things with these children, and it's just bad. Just the other day, I seen this 13-year-old get shot to death.
They couldn't save my baby, and God didn't save him either. And I begged God to save my son.
Harold Travis said he warned his son not to go outside for that so-called BB gun war another teen was challenging him to Tuesday evening. But the 13-year-old didn't listen, and Jaden took off outside. His father followed.
And I came outside and ran behind him, hollering, Jaden, Jaden. So by the time I got to the middle of the street, I heard pop, 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 pop. And my son fell. And they had shot him right down in here.
Mr. Travis called paramedics, and the teens in the car sped off.
I said, don't you close your eyes on me. Don't you die on me, boy. Don't close your eyes, Jaden.
Jaden made it to the hospital, but died a short time later. His parents say they know who shot him and why.
Now, this kid, just him in specific, this kid, his, father told him, don't, go outside, playing with BB guns and things like that. We were told that too, because our parents didn't want us, playing with BB guns and, stuff like that. We barely got away with paintball guns. But the kid just didn't want to listen. This kid already had issues with these other kids and things like that.
For the last 3 years, we got police reports out on this same kid. The same kid, he's been after my baby. They came over here. They jumped him one time. I had to jump in the fight.
Just jealous of him, jealous of what he would wear, and, put him in the chat on this social media mess.
And, his disobedience was his demise. Had he just listened to his father, he would still be alive, 13 years old. I have a son that's 12 years old, and he doesn't have the mindset to disrespect me or his mother, because he knows better. But he has a good heart. He's a good kid. Not saying this other young kid wasn't, but he just had that disobedience for his father, and his mother. It's always sad to see, it's always sad to see, but this is what happens when you don't, honor your father or your mother or respect your elders. Now, when we're going to go to Exodus 20 and 12, right? Exodus. The Most High commanded us to do that. Exodus 20 and 12, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So these are in the commandments, 10th commandments, the 10 commandments. That was a specific thing that he told, us to do. Any child being born. These kids, they don't have respect like how they're supposed to, These kids are just mini demons. When y'all look at them, they just bad. They, sag their pants, they fight. We did these type of things at school Certain kids do it to protect themselves as far as fighting. You know, me, myself, I was a fighter. I wasn't a bully, though. You got kids bullying other kids. You know, they're killing kids. They're shooting kids. They're doing all this demonic stuff at school.
Police just charging a 15-year-old who they say stabbed another teen at their high school this morning.
A 17-year-old girl wielding a kitchen knife attacked 16-year-old Danana Gibson, who sat behind her in class.
Are facing charges this morning in the beating death of their classmate. The girls, all 16 years old, are accused of causing the death of Amy Joyner Francis last month in Delaware.
School is supposed to be a place where you learn. You know, they're fighting on basketball courts. They're fighting on football fields. You know, they're fighting at parties. They're doing all these, you know, malicious and vicious, very vicious acts. And I don't know if it's just the parents, because a lot of parents don't discipline their kids. If we go to Exodus 21:17, and he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. These kids going around, you know, disrespecting their parents. This is why they're dying. Their days are being cut. Their days are being cut. And we play, and when I say we, I mean the elders, you know, we play a good part in that. But we don't. It's like it's half and half, because the government pushes these kids to do these violent things. The government pushes these kids to think that that's okay to disrespect their parents and disrespect others. And this is what happens when they say you can be whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, and it's always consequences. I mean, it's to the point where, you know, they had to come up with some program, right? Scared Straight. You know, these inmates, so-called, try to, you know, help these kids and put them in check and things like that. But now that, you know, now that they made money off of that's just so you know, it's comical. It's very funny. You know, it's ridiculous. But I don't know. These kids, they just, you know, they need their behinds whooped. When I was younger, I got whoopings, right? I got disciplined. These kids, they don't get disciplined. When like when Israel was in Egypt, you know, Deuteronomy, we'll go to Deuteronomy 21:18. This is where it showed what happened to the kids, you know, and the children. You know, it didn't matter if you was, you know, 5, 8, 10, 13, 18, 17, whatever. You know, this was some of the consequences that you had to deal with. Deuteronomy 21:18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them. So this is after, you know, they tried to correct him, maybe whooped him, you know, and gave him some punishment. He still perpetuated it. 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. See, so if you're a drunkard, I mean, obviously you're older, an older son or older child or whatever. 21. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So back then, you know, they were really stoning children and sons and these rebellious youngins, you know, these kids, these young adults. Now you can't do that. I mean, we don't even do that, you know, the Israelites, we don't stone our kids, but back then they stoned them. And this is why Yahweh Shai had to come back and die, you know, for the law, for us to obey the law and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But this is clearly going to happen again, because these kids, they're just going down the wrong path. You know, they're going down the wrong path and they won't change. You know, they think it's cool to do the things that they do. They think it's cool to be out here fighting. They think it's cool to be out here shooting one another. And they think it's cool to be doing drugs and, you know, just having that mindset of like they own the world when they're nothing. They don't even know how to piss straight. They can't even pee in the toilet straight, literally. So how you gonna run the world when you can't even piss straight? You know, we were told that when we were little also. You know, the older generation was way better than, you know, this generation. So this is why I felt the need to make this video, because these kids are just running rampant. And that's why it's a lot of deaths. If you look at these children, it's a lot of kids that's dying, you know. Ephesians 6:2, honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. You know, this is why it's so important, you know, because being alive and the Most High keeping you alive and letting you be fruitful, letting you get married and raising your children up the way that they're supposed to be raised, you know, that's a given for the Most High. You know, that's something that should be like respected and cherished. You know, like they think tomorrow is promised and it's not. You know, these kids, you know, fighting their mother. I seen a video where a kid was in the grocery store fighting, you know, his the mother. You know, it was a shame. I don't care if they was African or not.
Hey, your mother paid for that? She should know. If I work in the store, then you'll be in trouble. Miss, your kid's sitting over here eating all the grapes. Look at him. He's sitting over here eating all the grapes. He's sitting over the grapes, and nobody, you're not saying nothing to him. Kids just running all over the place.
You don't come in here eating stuff. Why are you eating the stuff? Why are you talking like that? Watch him out. Don't give me back chat. Don't give me back chat. Don't do that. Listen, don't give me back chat. This bitch is bugging out. Don't give me back chat. Listen, don't play on me. I will beat your ass. Listen, I will beat your ass. Don't play on me. Why don't you fucking play on me? Listen, who you? Listen, Riley, don't fucking play on me, eh? Don't fucking play on me. You raising your hand for me? You raising your hand for me, boy? Oh, you raising your fucking... You got mad? You got mad? Get off of me.
This is very...
Go hit your mom like that. Fuck wrong with y'all? Go, get up. Stop.
Get off of me. Back up. I will bring that.
World star. Listen.
Bring my fucking here! Fucking murder two kids! Fucking sick of these damn kids! Fucking sick of these men! Bring your ass here! Bring your ass here! Mind your fucking business! Mind your fucking business!
You gotta take that outside, yo. You gotta take that outside.
That fucking mommy boy! What the fuck? I'm trying to help you. Listen! Not one! Ready! So hear your fucking mom. Yo, come. Outside!
Proverbs, right? 30:17. The eye that mocketh at his father and despised to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it. You know, so it's nothing but death that's going to happen to these children. It's nothing but death that's going to happen to these children. You know, I was too afraid to do stuff like this when I was little to my parents.
Sit down. Sit down. Let's put this away.
No! I'm trying my stuff, girl.
You leave it.
Yo, fuck you trying my stuff, bitch.
Don't
I'll
touch
kill you, girl.
stuff.
Fuck you trying my stuff. It's just trafficking, girl.
Stop it already. Okay?
Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting?
Don't record.
It's just fair.
Stop doing that.
No, I'm fucking out. It's fucking embarrassing. Look at all these fucking people laughing. Is that fucking embarrassing? Bitch, what the fuck? Get my food out, dumbass up.
Yo! Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. And you got your food there, okay?
You're gonna fuck myself up. It's just crap, girl.
Stop. Stop spitting, because I'm gonna hurt you. Stop. You think it's funny?
Everybody thinks it's funny.
You think it's funny?
Everybody thinks it's not funny at all. It is embarrassing. People don't understand why they're fucking idiots.
You know, that's why where I'm from, like, they always say, I'm doing it because I love you. Sometimes, you know, in other families, you know, the whooping part, the ride part, they was just doing it because they was frustrated. But sometimes, most of the times, they really did do it because they love you. Got a scripture for that, Proverbs 13:24. We're going to go to Proverbs 13:24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. So you need to get chastised. A father or mother that discipline their child, they do love them. They do love them, because if they don't do that, you'll just grow to be, you know, barbaric. You'll grow to disrespect people. You'll grow to disrespect your elders and disrespect others. This is why everybody's dying. All these kids are dying, you know. They said, oh, you won't make it to see 21. They're barely making it to see 15, and it's just slowly going down. You know, they're getting pregnant at an early age. They're, you know, committing adultery. they're fornicating. They're doing anything and everything that the devil want them to do. You know, Ephesians 5:6. And I'm reading these scriptures because these kids, they need to hear it, because they don't tell these kids and these children and the younger generation these scriptures, because everybody think the Bible is all nice and precious and it's all just good things in here. It's good things when it comes to the Most High, but it's not good things when it comes to the world, because you all think that it's okay to not whoop your kids and not chasten your kids or punish them, take things away from them that they feel they have to have, when they're doing wrong. Y'all think that that's okay. It's never been okay. Ephesians 5:6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. This goes right into people my age too, trying to persuade these young people to do the things that they do. These older people, they're supposed to get a millstone around their neck because they're leading kids into damnation and a stumbling block for the children, because the Most High, he loved kids. He loved children. Yahweh Shai told you that. That's why we're the children of the Most High. That's why we're getting punished, so you can't fall for the things that they fall from, and for, because kids are easily manipulated also. And people prey on that. These young women messing with these older men, these young men getting, sexually molested by older women in these schools and things like that. So that's why I say older people, the adults, they play a huge part in this too. This is why we were never supposed to get out of the laws and the statutes and commandments, because look what happened when there's no law. Now, you so-called have law here, right? But if you take the law away from, Babylon, they call it anarchy. Well, there's anarchy in Israel with our people, 2/3 will be wiped away. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's go to Matthew 15:4. For God commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. So this, I can do this all day, right? Like, I can give y'all scriptures and scriptures and scriptures and scriptures of these children dying, whether it's in the Old or New Testament. That's just what it is. You're going to die if you break the commandments. Honoring thy mother and thy father is a commandment from the Most High God. It didn't change. It never stopped. You even have people my age that disrespect their parents. And then whether it's their, mother or their father, when they die, they be in this world alone. And without your parents, it's very, very, very tough. It's very tough. And they don't see that. Your parents are your guidance. That's who guide you to do the right thing. If you listen to them. It don't even matter if you Esau. It don't matter. Esau, his kids, rampant. They're shooting up schools.
Image, one that has become all too familiar. Students evacuating with their hands up. The suspect in that deadly shooting is now in custody. New images this morning showing him being taken to jail.
They killing their grandmothers.
Barbeau pled no contest and was convicted of killing his great-grandmother. He and his friend bludgeoned Barbara Olson to death with a hatchet and hammer. The prosecutor says the boy stole $150 and used the cash to buy pizza and pot.
Over, Xboxes and stuff like that. But, this have always been a thing when it came to the Edomites, and their, you know, and their people and their nation have always been a thing. You know, but even them, they're starting to tighten up. You know, they're starting to discipline their kids.
Don't.
Goddamn big.
Jaden, stop. Stop hitting me. Jaden, stop. Here, stop. Take this. Stop now. Yes. Come on. We're sitting on the couch. Yes, we are. Stop hitting and kicking. All right, right here. Fine. I'm not doing this all day, buddy. Stop! Then stop hitting me.
You know, because at first it's just like little Johnny could just scream and yell and, you know, scream bloody murder if he didn't get his way. Now they're kind of, you know, you see him in stores, you know, sit down, no, and I'm gonna spank you and da-da-da, you know. They're getting it. They're getting it, you know. They're getting it. But for Israel, we just have to do better by these kids, you know. We have to do better by these kids, because if we don't, there will be no future for them. That's what y'all don't get. There will be no future for these kids. You know, Jacob's trouble was going to be way harder. We already gonna have to face that, you know, that tribulation, but it's going to be way harder. You know, Proverbs 23:13. Withhold no correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. 14. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell. So you have to discipline your kids, yo. Like, I know you have certain people who don't like to, but you have to, because they will keep dying. Period. They will keep dying. And nobody wants to lose a son or a daughter. Nobody. That is so painful. If you love them, if you love your kids, you will do what's right for them. That's why you have people giving them up for adoption, because they feel they can't raise them right. They feel they can't give them the life that they, you know, they need, or they have one of their family members raise them until they could get in a situation that, you know, is suitable for them and the kid. And for the people that that watch this, you know, this channel, I know y'all have some bad kids out there too. You know, my son, he is bad. You know, he is bad in the sense of like ego, but he's not out here like these kids, you know, doing the things that they do. You know, like these kids, you know, some of this stuff I see, like, we could have never done this, you know, as youngins, could have never done this. You know, I look at the older people, I look at their face and stuff, and they just be like, you know, and it's like, I be looking like, man, just like they, you know, the old saying, like, I brought you in the world, I take you out. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. But in this day and age, they don't care. You know, they quick to throw parents in jail. They quick to be all, that's why you're not supposed to tell everybody your business. You know? These parents, they be doing the public humiliation thing with cutting their hair and things like that. So, you know, making it look crazy. Y'all want to be like, you know, school bullies and showing off in class and stuff like that. The haircut thing, yeah, but I don't know, some stuff that the parents do, even my wife, like she don't agree with it. Like I don't agree with it either, but these kids, they won't stop. They fast. These little girls, they trying to sleep with boys and stuff like that, and at a young age though. So if you can't keep your room clean, why would I not expose you for it? You can't even keep your room clean. How you gonna be out there fornicating? How you gonna be out there fornicating? You can't even keep your room clean. And it's just, and I try not to be hard on my son, because I remember being a young man also, but y'all, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, like how it's going for y'all, or what y'all see in this world, and how y'all feel that the generation now should go about it. Because these kids, they not trying to, understand the Bible. They not trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And in the government, they attacking the parents that is trying to enforce and instill discipline, among their kids, So I had to make this video, man. Y'all kids got to do better out there. This is for the kids, so don't age restrict this video, because it's for the kids, it's for the children, for them to learn and do better in life. This is why they shouldn't be listening to this music, this demonic music. They think they grown, they ungrateful, all that. But what are we doing about it? But if y'all enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out my other channel. Make sure y'all keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and y'all children also. Make sure y'all instill that into them, so they can live long in this land. And y'all just be safe out there. Make sure y'all just obeying our Father and waiting on Yahweh Shai's return, glorious return, because it's going to be glorious. And this is Alpha Hebrew. I am signing out. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.